So in this video, we're going to be talking about what might have happened if Pony gave in. Welcome back to the What If series, which I'll continue until Inner City and other updates release. Well, not anymore because there isn't really going to be many story updates. But moving on, this series will be continuing until Inner City releases, I guess. The series is also fan fiction, so you also get to participate. Comment your what if something something, and that's all you need to do, and I'll do the thinking. And lastly, please subscribe. I don't like to throw analytics at your face, but come on, man, it hurts to see. It's not gonna take long. Just subscribe or leave a like on the video if you do enjoy it. It really supports and motivates me to make more videos, even though I barely post. But it's fine. I think I'll make a video once a year. Don't worry, guys. So without any further ado, let's jump right into this video. What if Pony gave in? This video is a little bit different. I have credited the person at the end of the video, as if I put the credit right now, it'll be major spoilers for the video itself, so there's no point in watching. And for once, you probably won't know where and what the changes occurred. And most of it's just going to be like me telling the actual story, but there's going to be major differences, which you won't know, obviously. So yeah, let's get into it. As the city of Rosella is in a state of panic due to an infection outbreak, Pony had just escaped the forest along with Willow. The infection has spread fast around the city. Taking advantage of this, Willow had managed to take revenge on the player and Doggy by forcing Pony to feed them the potion that infects them. After a while, Doggy becomes infected. Pony feels terrible for what he has done. He had been forced to do bad things by Willow, but this seemed to be the last straw. He was done with TSP. He went in search of his friend, Zizzy, the only other person he knew. His parents had become infected. The mere thought of that made him shiver. Now he has become the reason for someone else's loved one to turn infected. After searching for a while, he had finally found Zizzy, and was extremely happy to see her not infected. Everything up until now has taken a toll on Pony. His parents, the evil things he has done. He prays that he could fix everything that had gone wrong. The story continues to be the same until the carnival map, where the player ends up encountering Pony and Zizzy. Pony isn't sure whether the player is infected or not. After all, he was the one who fed him the potion. After realizing that the player is not infected, he realized that he has just agreed to join forces with this very same person he had tried to infect, and had also infected one of their comrades. He's unsure how to face him. What if the player finds out that he was the one who infected his friend? He didn't want the player to find out who he was. He decided to keep his secret from the player and moved on. The story continues to be the same until the storm map. Zizzy, Pony, and the player are at the Old Oak, facing none other than Pony's old gang, TSP. Willow calls Pony out for abandoning them. Pony was shocked. If Willow had said anything about Doggy, he knew his relationship with the player was dead. He knew the player would never forgive him for what he did. But luckily for him, she didn't. But it wasn't going to be that simple. Willow decided that she would take Zizzy hostage, leaving Pony and the player behind in the Old Oak to die. They decide that they should try and rescue Zizzy from wherever they have kept her. Hey Pony, if you don't mind me asking, were you really affiliated with these guys? Asked the player. I'm not gonna deny it. I had to join them when the outbreak happened. I didn't know where to go, until I found Zizzy and others, that is. Come on, we don't have time to chat, said Pony. They make their way to the refinery. They reach into the building and go and rescue Zizzy. They sneak past the guards and into the room where Zizzy was kept. They noticed an infected knocked out on the ground. Zizzy, are you safe? Oh, thank God, said Pony. I wouldn't be if you hadn't reached there in time, said Zizzy, but the player notices that there's a scratch on Zizzy's arm. Zizzy realizes that both of them have to get out before it is too late. Pony is devastated. He has lost everyone he has ever loved, from his parents to his old friends who he had abandoned, now Zizzy. He cannot stomach what's happening. Pony was left in despair. The two leave the refinery, grieving for their old friend. Pony didn't speak a word the entire way home. Pony stayed locked in one of the rooms in the safe place. The story continues to be the same until the lab map, but ever since Zizzy's death, Pony had been quieter. I mean, you can't really say Zizzy's dead, can you? But it adds some emotion, so let's go with that. The group understood what he was going through. Losing Zizzy was really painful for him. He did seem hopeful about the idea of a cure. The rest of the story continues to be the same until the lab map. But the reality of this world, or this what if, will be the one with the true ending occurs. So the rest of this is where the true ending happens, and not like the usual ones where I ended the story off and Tigray and Willow fight or somewhere around there. No, this one is going through the true ending as well. The player has found the cure. Willow and Tigray are fighting over who gets the cure in front of it. The player breaks their fight up. Mimi interrupts them, saying the military have shown up outside the camp. As they were about to hand the cure over to them, a fleet of creatures emerged from the ground, and all of a sudden everything went black. It was Tio. He threatens the player to stop what he's doing, but the player refuses. Tio decides to finish him off. He takes him to a place made of his memories. Georgie was being chased by his sister, Z and Zuzi were facing their infected sister, and Pony was missing. He continues to traverse through his memories, helping the others, and realizes that he can defeat Tio in his own game if he does everything right. After all, it's his own memories. He gives the carrot to Bunny, and after that he gives the bone to Doggy. As Doggy chases down Tio and deals the finishing blow, everything froze. The player was filled with a sense of accomplishment, but he looked around to see nothing changed. Nothing happened. He was still in his memories.
You really thought it would be this easy?
Asked Tio. What do you mean? I'm sorry, came a voice from behind the player. It was Pony. He raises his sword to strike down the player. The player never anticipated this. He gets hit. He's on the floor. And also, I was the one who infected Doggy, said Pony with a croak in his voice. Since when were you against us? Asked the player.
He has been my bond since the start, but he was still strong mentally. But after what happened to Zizzy, it was way too easy to control him. But since then up until now, everything has been according to my plan. You can win,
Said Tio. I'm sorry, said Pony. As he struck his sword at the player gets knocked out. Hope you all liked that video, and I tried a different style of content, or not content, just different style of what if. As if you all remember, every time I just put the credits at the start, like completely spoiling the whole point of the video. But I realized that if you're gonna watch from a point of view where the where the viewer wants to watch a story and not just see what is going to happen at the start and then watch the entire video by knowing what's going to happen. But and then the title also has to be different. So the title is not exactly what happens in the video, and I had to do that for the sake of the spoiler being revealed. So yeah, let me know down in the comments if I should do more stuff like that, like preserve the main part of the video inside the video instead of leaking it in the title or thumbnail or something like, or in the credits itself. I personally think that's a good choice, but the only drawback would be that I'll be narrating the whole original story if there's going to be subtle differences like this video. Like this video, you would have never have guessed that Pony was going to be like uh uh, what is the word? I forgot English. Like if Pony had joined Tio, but I never really gave a hint of that. You never had thought of it until you came to the last bit. So for other videos where there's drastic changes, I think I could do that. It would be a pretty fun thing, like the Mr. P video where he would join with the group to go hunt for the cure. That one I think would have suited this much better. Now that I think about it, why didn't I do that? You know what? That's for a different day. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for 380 subscribers. From the bottom of my heart, I thank you all so much for it. And I guess I'll see you next year. I don't know when I'll post again. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.